I don't have 100% free choice. I'm gonna negotiate. I'm gonna say I have 3%, at least 3% of all the possible choices.
And I'm going to agree with you and call it a percentage of an illusion of free choice.
So if I have in my house fruits, oats, and eggs,
Right?
and I get hungry, so I
Yeah.
decide I'm gonna have today eggs with tortillas.
Okay, but you're
So
deciding.
that's
But even
it's
that
my choice, right?
decision, well, even that decision is based on a program. And that program, it works before, it's not, it works before you decide. It's just you're playing out a program. And that program is saying, okay, what were the options? Fruit, whatever.
Fruits, oats, or eggs.
Fruits, oats, or eggs. Okay, so you're looking at those A, B, and C options, right? And you
Yeah.
are trying to calculate what is gonna give me the the best result, the best result, the best pleasurable result at minimum amount of risks, efforts, pain, cost. So if, for instance, I know that option A might make me feel a little sick afterwards, or option C might get me a little, it's going to get me to gain weight or something like that. Or I don't have enough fruit left, so option A is not that great because I want to keep some of the fruit for later. So you have this accountant in the back of your mind, and it's trying to make the calculation of what is the most effective, productive, pleasurable, ultimately pleasurable result right now, as opposed to the cost that you're going to pay. And you're making that decision. And of course, there's also what you perceive at the moment to be the tastiest, for your palate right now. That's also something that you're not really, you're not choosing. You're playing out a
So if
program.
you knew all the parameters for me, you would know what I would pick. If you knew, for example, my
Right.
diet goals and what was in my fridge and how my day was going to go, you could
And
you
maybe
could
the advertisement that you've been exposed to in the last 24 hours, that has a lot more effect than those that you were exposed to in the 24 hours before that. That's why advertising is an ongoing thing. They have to drill the stuff they want us to buy into our heads again and again and again and again and again.
So if you knew
So
these parameters, then the more you understand that these parameters exist and you start to know them, then really I don't have free choice over what I'm going to choose for
you
breakfast.
have an illusion of free
From the
choice.
side of nature.
What you're describing basically in that situation of choosing the
Hmm.
meal you want to have, it's not, I wouldn't say it's free choice. I would say it's you experiencing the the how the program of your desire to receive the maximum amount of pleasure at the minimum amount of risk, at the minimum amount of cost, you're experiencing that program before it gets to the output. So you get inputs. I have A, B, and C, fruits, oats, this and that. I woke up in the morning. I feel like this. I feel like, this kind of taste, that kind of taste. You have all those inputs coming in, and now the processing happens. When the processing happens right before there's an output, right before you go ding, the machine goes ding, oats, that's what I need right now.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
what you call free choice is just the moments where you experience the program at work before it reaches the output, before there's a ding and it's done working. It's you experience the processing of the computer program that's looking for the best result at minimum cost, and we
So
call that free choice.
I have another problem then.
Okay.
There was a story that came out a while ago. Now it's gaining traction again that maybe the virus came from a lab.
Okay.
Okay. Coronavirus
Mm-hmm.
came from a lab. So it got me thinking. There's like this view that it's like it's natural
Mm-hmm.
or it's science. It was made in a lab, which means like not natural. But then from the position of a Kabbalist, if the scientists are part of nature and the scientists and nature developed those scientists for the last couple 100,000 years, even billions of years since they were stardust through all the generations until now. So then those scientists really, they have an illusion of choice also, but they are just executing nature's order as well. So like I was
Mm-hmm.
thinking, doesn't really matter to the Kabbalists.
Like, does it really matter if it's a bat, let's say, for the sake of argument, or if it's a human that meddled with, that gain of function research, they call it, where you try to see whether how to make viruses more transmissible, more deadlier, and this way we learn them and reverse engineer, and maybe there was a leak in a Wuhan lab where they studied that. So first of all, it's possible. It's definitely possible. But whether it's the bat or whether it's the human, they both follow their natural programs. This is something that we are now facing as a global society, whether it came from a bat or from a human. So the fact that nature brought us to that human evolution as part of the general natural system brought us to a point where we are now facing a global pandemic is the result. The whether it's, even if it happened in a lab, that doesn't mean that nature did not want that result.